What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans are looking to remain undefeated as they welcome the Chicago Bears and this year's #1 overall pick quarterback Caleb Williams. Now, the game is in Houston. It's the home opener. It's Sunday night primetime football, baby. I can't tell you how excited I am. The last time the Houston Texans played on Sunday night, it was all the way back in 2019. If you are going to the game, let me know because I will be at the tailgate. I'll be in the blue lot. I'll be in the orange lot. Let me know which tailgates I should hit up. Let's have a fantastic time, man. I am looking forward to having a beer in a winning culture, in a winning atmosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my keys to the game for this Houston Texans team to secure a win in Houston, and they go 2-0 after this Sunday night. With that being said, my name is Ruben Calvillo. This is the 713 Houston Sportcast, and this episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make you some money this Sunday. This is the BetUS website, and make sure you're taking advantage of their 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Use promo code YouTube150. Now, check this out. I've been saying all week the Texans are going to blow out the Chicago Bears. My final score was 30-10. And here I am taking the Houston Texans to win by 7 to 12 points. You see plus 350 here. I'm going to put a hundo on it to win $350. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you tell in the comments. I've been making you guys some money. Once again, this episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS. We locked it in. Let me know if you tell. And guys, I cannot wait. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of my keys to the game, keeping C.J. Stroud clean and continuing to be dominant on the ground with Joe Mixon. Easier said than done, right? Once again, we have another respectable front seven in front of us. C.J. Stroud was sacked 4 times last week against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, when you look at the 4 sacks, 3 of them came in the first half. It was ugly. They made some adjustments. The 4th sack came in the third quarter. So for the last 15 minutes of the game, this O-line was doing their job. It's like what Stephon Diggs said. When this O-line needed to drop their nuts, they did. Now, when you look at the Chicago Bears defensive performance on Sunday against Tennessee, they won the game. Let me say this right now. The Chicago Bears offense did not score a single offensive touchdown. It was a block punt that was returned for 6. It was an interception that was returned for 6. And multiple field goals that won them the game. I was making fun of Tennessee for just throwing it away because at halftime, it was 17-3. But guys, we have to keep an eye on their 2 stud linebackers, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds. They have a respectable front 4, Montez Sweat, who played all of last week on the right side. So that's going to be a fun matchup for Titus Howard. Their defensive end, Darrell Taylor, had 2 sacks last week. They were all over the field for Chicago. It was tough for Will Levis, and you saw how it ended with him on his knees and his hands on his head, just throwing the game away. Now, I think the offensive line for the Houston Texans is miles ahead of Tennessee's O-line. So once again, it's going to be a interesting matchup for this O-line that has only played 1 game together in 2 years. And we talked about this, guys. We expected some growing pains, and we saw that last week against Indy. Like I mentioned, it was real ugly in the first half, but they cleaned it up. And I think a home opener in Houston, the crowd's not going to be loud on offense. This offensive line, they're going to get comfortable with each other, and I think they're going to have a solid performance in terms of pass protection. Now, on the ground, run blocking, I have no problem. I am excited. Tony Pollard averaging 5.1 yards a carry for the Tennessee Titans last week, and Joe Mixon 5.3. I think he is going to have himself another solid day on the ground. Is this the first time we're going to see a Houston Texans passing attack and a rushing attack potent at the exact same time? It would make sense for this pass and attack to go crazy in Houston. You heard Tank Dell said, I'm built for this. You had Nico Collins just go off for 100 yards and Stephon Diggs 2 touchdowns. We cannot wait to see this Houston Texan offense go to work, this Houston Texan offense explode. But you have to win the war on the trenches. And I think keeping CJ Stroud upright and continuing to be dominant on the ground like you were last week will be key for a Houston Texans victory in week 2. My second key to the game for a Houston Texans victory, this front four feasting. I'm looking at Danielle Hunter. I'm looking at Will Anderson Jr., and I think they're going to swarm. I am predicting a sack from each of those guys. They didn't get one last week against Indy, but they were able to create opportunities for their defensive tackles. Both Mario Edwards Jr. and Lorenzo Fatukasi registered a sack against the Indianapolis Colts, and I think at home Sunday Night Football in front of that Houston crowd, these two edge rushers are going to go crazy. And obviously, I think the Chicago Bears offensive line is a step down from Indianapolis. With Caleb Williams, if the Titans did not give this game away, we would have been talking about how bad he was in week 1. He was 14 of 29, 93 yards, rushed the ball for 5 times, 15 yards. His longest went for 11, a quarterback rating of 55.7. That's it. That's not impressive. And here's the thing. There may not be Rome Odunze on Sunday. There may not be a Keenan Allen there on Sunday. Both of those guys missed practice yesterday. So Caleb might be going in to this game without 2 of his top options in terms of pass catchers. Now, he still has DJ Moore and a very good tight end in Cole Kmet. But I think this Houston Texans defense is going to make life hell for him. I am not worried about DeAndre Swift on the ground. The Chicago Bears rushed the ball 10 times and they went for 30 yards. Last week, the Houston Texans shut down Jonathan Taylor, and I think they're going to continue that with a much better performance against the Chicago Bears. I'm predicting damn near a shutout here from this Houston Texans defense. My third key to the game for a Houston Texans victory, this crowd being hostile, this city showing up. When you have Super Bowl expectations, not only do you need it from the organization, but you need it from the fan base as well. Like I've been saying all week, this is the home opener. Sunday Night Football, the first time you had one since 2019. The stadium opens up at 2 o'clock. Houston, you need to be there tailgating. You need to be there having a fun time. And you need to be in your seats as soon as the national anthem is playing. Here's the thing, guys. I feel like the Houston Texans are a hostile crowd away from being damn near unstoppable at home. I really do. I know how loud it can get in NRG. You heard J.J. Watt say it in that hype video. I felt it before. And here's the thing. It is going to take all 70+ thousand people in that stadium to get the job done. Guys, swarm. The Texans have said they want us to wear as much white as possible. I heard they will also be giving out wristbands that, coordinate with the sounds, with the lights there. I don't know what the hell the Houston Texans have planned, but Houston, you are a key part in this Sunday's matchup. You don't want to hear that this Houston Texans team didn't live up to the expectation in the home opener in week 2 against a team that did not score an offensive touchdown. The city is just as important this week, ladies and gentlemen, and these 53 Warriors need to hear us. They need to feel our support on Sunday.